Without further ado, the day is here, most anticipated unveiling of the year. People have been asking me all year, what's the 2024 Wheels Through Time raffle bike? And here it is. Oh. Here's the thing, it's not built yet, so that's what we're here to do. Chris, John, and I, over the next several months, are gonna get this thing built back into a 1936 Harley-Davidson knucklehead. That's right, it's the most iconic of all the American motorcycles, the grandfather of the modern motorcycle, the 36 Model EL knucklehead. The Harley-Davidson Model EL, or the knucklehead, was introduced in 1936 and produced for 12 years. It was Harley's first overhead valve twin and the first to sport a circulating oil system, which revolutionized the motorcycle industry altogether. The new model was constructed of almost entirely new parts and assemblies and was a vastly different machine than anything the motor company had produced before. New for 1936 was a double down tube frame with a beefier spring fork, welded gas tanks and integrated dash, and the power to the rear wheel was transmitted by an all-new 4-speed constant mesh transmission, a heavy-duty clutch, and all-new primary drive. So as many of you guys know, the 36 Knucklehead is the creme de la creme when it comes to motorcycles. I mean, it's one of the most collectible machines on the planet, car or bike, and we're gonna build this thing to the nines right here in the Wheels Through Time Restoration Shop. Out in front of us, we've got some of the incredible pieces that make these bikes so special as they are. Tons of black here that our guy John has just brought back, dripping in gloss black. We got the 36 only dash, early couple year only CT, the ultra rare rectangular shape 36-9 toolbox, 36 only oil tank, guys, with that perfect placement of the decal there, 1 year only type of stuff. Now, when we restore motorcycles here at the museum, attention to detail and eye for perfection is what we're going for. So this bike is going to look, run, ride like it was intended to do, straight from the Harley-Davidson factory. So our goal is to put a bike in one of your hands that you can ride for years and enjoy like it was meant to be enjoyed. So frame, chassis over here, guys, we got started. It's been about a month. John's got us hooked up on ultra slick gloss black paint, 36 1 year only frame, the early 36 fork, ultra cool stuff, the standard style Harley Springer fork handlebars, of course, finished in black. Now, this bike, we've got some ultra cool features that we're gonna be keeping secret until we unveil them on video for you guys. So you're gonna see this build come together piece by piece. Keep in mind, one of you guys is gonna win this motorcycle 2024. All right, CT clip and spring are installed. This little tiny pin there holds your seat post in, gets everything nice and solid. We've got trans next. So I've got a lot of the hardware already kind of pre-sorted and preset. After a frame's painted, there's actually a lot of work to do to get the frame ready to build. You've got to scrape all mating surfaces raw. You've got to get all your hardware ready. There's maybe a dozen or more holes to clean out and tap. And then actually we've got our dash already set up top, which is an ultra cool 1 year only dash we'll tell you about here in one of the upcoming shows. But really, order of operations starting like this. This is where the fun is, guys. So you get a bike like this, or you get a project like this, and right here at the museum, this is how all the restorations start. This bike actually started as a complete motorcycle. We tear it down, and the goal is to repaint and refinish almost every piece here, rebuild the engine, rebuild the transmission. So that's where we're at this point. We're just kind of embarking on things going back together. We've got the lower end of the engine built, got the short block done. Frames painted. This is when it starts to look like a motorcycle, guys. So it's really the funnest part of building. Visual progress happens very, very fast. So as we put this bike together, you guys are gonna see the fit and finish of every assembly and sub-assembly on this motorcycle is crucial. And what we're trying to do is restore as faithfully as we can a 1936 Harley-Davidson that'll give our winner not just an incredible piece of history to ride, but something that will appreciate in value over time, but will really stand the test of time. So one of the things you'll notice as this bike comes together is how many different finishes were on these Harley-Davidsons back in their day. The pre-war motorcycles, incredibly difficult to build, but it's something that we do best here at Wheels Through Time. So you'll see like differences in plating, you know, Parkerizing on some of the hardware, CAD plating on some of the other hardware, black paint, you know, mixed with a little bit of chrome here and there, all that is period and kind of era correct finishes. So when this bike is done, it's gonna be a standout motorcycle. All right, here you go, John. Ease her in, slide it down low below that oil. Beautiful. All right, man. Yeah, so 1 year only, 1936 transmission. That thing is a work of art. So growing pains the knucklehead had. So they had these just points throughout the lineage of the model where they would enhance something. They'd find a weakness, make it a little better, find another weakness, make it a little bit better. The 36 is the most primitive of those machines. While many people might look at the bike as maybe underdeveloped, those running changes made those earlier examples that much rarer because guys would replace parts, they would update things. Now we're building this as a genuine 1936 Harley-Davidson knucklehead. We've kept that early transmission. It's one of the most impossible to find parts out of all of Harley-Davidson's 120-year history. So 36 knuckle trans, 4-speed, constant mesh, positive shift. It's gonna couple great with that motor. And one more piece to the puzzle. Importance of original components or best available reproduction components is essential with these old motorcycles. Now, with the brake, 36 knucklehead takes a special rear brake assembly. It's got a smaller diameter brake drum. Very, very difficult to find. This is a new brake drum, so it's got a perfect braking surface. We want to make sure this bike starts, stops, operates just like it was supposed to. So the original rear brake backing plate is so incredibly difficult to find. John has restored this and made it back into an absolute perfect piece of equipment. We're gonna go ahead and get the rear brake shoes installed. These are new rear brake shoes, but they're still the old style construction. So they're riveted, they work incredibly well, and are gonna be an excellent choice for this bike to keep the original style look, but best possible functionality. So here's the heart of the rebuild, the 1936 Harley-Davidson EL engine, the 36 knucklehead, guys. I mean, it's what made our bikes what they are today. Revolutionary machine, overhead valve, circulating oil system. In 1936, Harley really put all their eggs in one basket. As far as the future of their company went, they debuted the 36 model EL, and it would change the face of motorcycling forever. So much amazing about this engine. They are impossible to find. The 36 Harley knucklehead power plant is among the most primitive of the knuckleheads, but at the same time, these bikes are so incredibly capable. You can get on one of these and ride it down the road with new traffic all day. So 36 short rib cases, and you can see that 36 EL VIN number there, 1900 VIN number. We're gonna keep them last couple digits secret from you right now, but 36 EL 1900 series. So this bike is like middle of the run production. They only made 1,600 of these motorcycles in 1936. So this one being somewhere along the 900th off the line. So we've got the lower end already built. We're gonna be doing a show with you guys where we finish up the heads to this bike and get the engine installed. It's gonna be super fun. Putting a pair of knuckleheads together is one of the most tedious jobs in the Harley-Davidson realm. So one of those things that the top end, of course with the lower end also, but the top end makes or breaks a motorcycle. We do them up right here at Wheels Through Time, and we do them to be ridden. So really cool early notched cam cover here. They only did this for the first part of production in 1936. You got a couple early knucklehead tappet blocks. I got to finish the timer, generators installed. Over on the table here, guys, we've got a ton of our parts already laid out for this build. So like I said, so much 36 only stuff here at the museum. You know, you got that early style carburetor. I haven't decided if we're gonna use the 36 option air cleaner here with the air filter, or if we're gonna go with the super cool 36 Air Scoop, 1 year only stuff, guys, impossible to find. The bike's gonna be peppered with a little bit of chrome, as you can see, and over the next couple months, you guys are gonna watch this bike come together, and of course, you know you can win the bike November 2024. So get your tickets today at Wheels Through Time. We got a ton of great specials going throughout the year for your ticket packages. Without the raffle and without you guys' support, we wouldn't be able to do what we're doing here at Wheels Through Time. So thanks for tuning in. Watch this thing come together. It's gonna be exciting. It won't be too long until we're hearing this thing run for the first time. Stay with us.